The Northwood Galleria buzzed with weekend normalcy. Families shopping, teens laughing by the fountain, and sunlight streaming through glass ceilings. Shoppers strolled, relaxed and unhurried, trusting in the mall's familiar safety. Security guards blended into the background, seen as helpers, not protectors. Parents let children wander ahead, confident in the sanctuary the mall provided. The architecture encouraged lingering, with wide corridors and inviting benches. No one imagined danger. The idea of chaos was unthinkable. The sense of security was so deep, it was invisible, until the illusion shattered. In moments, a single misunderstood sound would turn this peaceful scene upside down. The noise that broke the calm wasn't a gunshot or explosion. It was a heavy sign crashing onto the food court floor. Startled shoppers looked up, confusion flickering across faces. In today's anxious world, the sound became a blank canvas for fear. Someone shouted, "Was that a gunshot?" And panic took root. The word gunshot spread, morphing from question to warning. Within seconds, rumor outpaced reality, racing through the crowd. Texts flew. "Shooter in the mall." Fear leapt from person to person, digital and physical worlds colliding. People stopped thinking, started running. No one checked the source. The sight of others fleeing was all the proof they needed. The urge to escape overpowered logic. Panic doesn't need a real threat, just the belief in one. The crowd became a single, desperate organism, unified by terror. The falling sign had become an active shooter in the minds of thousands. In less than a minute, the mall's calm was replaced by chaos. The stampede had begun, triggered by nothing more than a misunderstood sound. The transformation was instant and irreversible. Panic spread like wildfire, contagious and unstoppable. The first runner's terror was visible: wide eyes, frantic sprints, piercing screams. Onlookers instantly mirrored their fear, logic bypassed by instinct. The crowd's collective mind formed one thought: get out now. Individual identities vanished. Everyone became a runner or an obstacle. Social bonds dissolved, replaced by raw survival. Each new person added to the panic, intensifying the stampede. Even those who hadn't heard the noise joined in, triggered by the sight of fleeing masses. The mall, once open and safe, now felt like a trap. Rational voices were drowned out by the roar of fear. The stampede was now a force of nature, driven by human psychology. The threat shifted. The crowd itself became the danger. At exits and escalators, people jammed together, forming deadly bottlenecks. Crowd density soared. Individuals lost control, swept along by the mass. Pressure built from behind, crushing those at the front. Steel railings bent, glass shattered, and people were pinned with terrifying force. If someone fell, they vanished beneath the surge, unable to rise. The real risk wasn't trampling, but suffocating pressure from all sides. Escalators became traps, feeding more people into blocked landings. The crowd's momentum was unstoppable, the danger now mechanical as well as human. Escape was impossible for those caught in the crush. In a stampede, most deaths aren't from trampling. They're from compressive asphyxia. Victims are squeezed so tightly they can't breathe, often while still standing. The force is immense, far beyond what the body can withstand. People die silently, unable to call for help, surrounded by others who are just as trapped. Unconsciousness comes in under a minute. Death follows quickly. First responders found victims upright, pinned in the crowd, with no visible injuries. The tragedy isn't about malice, it's about physics and panic. Those pushing from behind have no idea they're causing harm. The instinct to survive, multiplied by thousands, becomes deadly. Security cameras became the silent witnesses, capturing every second. Footage showed the peaceful moments before, then the instant panic erupted. Investigators traced the spread of fear, watching calm dissolve into chaos. The cameras revealed how quickly rumor became certainty, and how the crowd surged as one. At the exits, video showed people crushed against doors, the mass undulating with pressure. Individuals disappeared beneath the crush, the crowd oblivious to the tragedy unfolding. The footage debunked myths. There was no shooter, only a rumor and physics. By syncing time codes, experts mapped the disaster in detail. The cameras provided hard evidence, turning confusion into understanding. Every mistake, every lesson, was preserved in those digital records. The investigation revealed a chain of failures, not a single cause. First, there was no immediate announcement to calm the crowd. An information vacuum let panic flourish. The mall's exits, designed for order, became deadly bottlenecks in chaos. Most people rushed to familiar doors, ignoring smaller emergency exits. The architecture funneled the crowd into traps. Staff were untrained for mass panic. Some swept up in the chaos themselves. Security guards lacked crowd control training. Store staff locked gates, trapping shoppers. Each failure magnified the next. Delayed info, poor design, unprepared staff. The disaster wasn't random. It was the result of systemic vulnerabilities. The tragedy exposed flaws present in public venues everywhere. It was a perfect storm of psychology, architecture, and human error. The lessons would change safety forever. The tragedy forced a revolution in public safety. Malls upgraded PA systems and trained staff to deliver instant calming messages. Real-time alerts, via speakers and apps, became standard to prevent rumor-fueled panic. Architects redesigned exits, widened doorways, and made all emergency routes visible. Escalators could now be stopped during emergencies to prevent pileups. A new role emerged: crowd guides, trained to spot danger and redirect flow. Guides led people to less crowded exits, breaking up dangerous surges. Technology joined the fight. AI monitored crowd density in real time. When danger loomed, alerts triggered interventions before disaster struck. The focus shifted from reacting to preventing tragedy. Every measure was rooted in the hard lessons of Northwood Galleria. The Northwood Galleria stampede left a permanent scar, but also a legacy of change. The tragedy revealed the hidden danger of crowds. Panic, not malice, was the true threat. Lessons learned became global standards for crowd safety. Today's malls and stadiums are safer because of those lost lives. Clear exits, calm announcements, and smarter designs all trace back to that day. Progress is often written in blood. Every safety rule is a response to real loss. The victims did not die in vain. Their legacy is every disaster averted since. The story is one of resilience, learning, adapting, and honoring the past. Safety is an active process, built on vigilance and hard-won knowledge. The world is safer now, a lasting tribute to those who were lost.